Hello, dear friends. Hope only knows how to dance cha-cha-cha, as the song goes, because it never loses heart. Opinion piece. Waiting game. Ego produces anxiety. He who waits despairs. We are on the same journey. Green drops of information. Listen to the sound of silence. The art of surviving the storm. Believers never lose hope. Cold water from the storm rider. Let's start. Waiting is the action and effect of waiting with calm, patience, the ability to hold back and not proceed without reflection. The uncertainty and anxiety that accompany waiting are common experiences of life because the ego is focused on fear. Everyone needs to recharge his battery at least once a day when he connects with himself through sleep, and that takes away anxiety. Hope is the last thing to be lost. Most impatient people do nothing to transform the world they want to change, but expect to be served all the gifts on a silver platter, without bending over backwards. There are those who believe that I give false hope, but I am sure that there is a divine plan, even if there are no dates, because the good ones are not going to tell the bad ones when they are going to manifest themselves. Whoever believes in God never loses hope. Only materialists despair. Learn to listen to the sound of silence, for it will reveal much wisdom. Saint Thomas Aquinas said that despair does not only imply the deprivation of hope, but also a certain distance from the thing desired, because it is considered impossible to achieve it. Hope allows us to face the future with moderate optimism, albeit with certain difficulties, if we have the right information and experience, and if we seek possible goals. I think it is important that we begin to turn away from the world and begin to surround ourselves with the things and ways of the Lord. The only way we are going to survive the storm that is coming is to learn to get back to the simpler things of life. Opinions. Simon Parkes said the white hats are holding back the currency revaluation because they don't want the money from the process to go to politicians. The coalition's plan was to stop these elections, but at the last minute it was decided to hold them. I can't believe that people are still asleep after all this revelation. We have to wait for them to pull the trigger, says Max Sider. We just have to stay calm and keep our eyes on the goal. We have been told this is going to happen. We have been told the what, but not we need the when. A United Nations official has said that more than 50 poor countries are in danger of bankruptcy. Gold and commodities will win the battle. Remember that we are on the same journey, but we are not in the same boat. Be kind to others. People are suffering left and right. Job lost, home lost, family lost, hope lost. Be kind above all. Most people have not realized that we have lived for more than a century in the regime of the New World Order, but now that regime is running out and the new golden age of humankind is beginning. But this is not instantaneous, but difficult and gradual, because nothing is immediate in life unless you hit the lottery. Calendars. I ignore the calendar of events, which does not exist, because plans are constantly changing in the quantum brain to adapt to circumstances, and I do not have a crystal ball to see the future. Therefore, I cannot make predictions, but reflect different opinions, including my own, but I have already said that I am not sure of anything. So don't take my words as the law, because they are only personal opinions subject to mistake. The storm rider just threw a bucket of cold water when he just said that we have to wait 2 more years, when a few weeks ago he talked about next summer. But this could be disinformation intended to mislead the bad guys. However, he again insisted that this journey ends in January 2025, which would be 2 more nightmarish years. He said the real gold-based digital dollar would not appear until 2025. According to Jared Rand, Donald Trump would make a big announcement on or before November 15th. The announcement would not be to run for office again. This big announcement could be the return of the Republic of America. It is to say, the government of the original Constitution of 1776. Has the West given up on freedom of expression? By Thierry Mason. It was a debate that was thought to have been settled. In the West, freedom of expression was said to be an inseparable and indispensable condition of democracy, and Western states have pledged never to violate it again. But the US, the UK, Poland, Italy, and Germany are all going down the road of censorship. Some things cannot be said. Breaking news. The European Commission expects the Eurozone to enter recession in the last quarter of the year. Hungary will prevent European Union sanctions against Russia affecting its nuclear plant. Turkey supports Russia and China to join BRICS. A possible conflict between Greece and Turkey would further divide NATO. The huge number of Turks living in Germany could also provoke a social conflict. Italy is quietly rejecting NATO orders. Russia could attack Ukrainian territory with an electromagnetic pulse, according to the Financial Times. Such a pulse could disable all equipment in the affected area, both civilian and military. The United Nations says the world needs Russian beans without depending on whether or not it loves Russia. USA. Biden administration stops accepting applications for student loan forgiveness. Cryptocurrency platform FTX files for bankruptcy and its chief resigns. It is a stunning fall for one of the biggest and most powerful players in the cryptocurrency industry. We are about 4 to 6 weeks away from the crypto boom. As soon as the midterms are over, the markets will bottom out. The politicians are going to pull the rug out from under the markets sometime in December. Graham Hancock's new series, with 8 episodes, static streaming on Netflix. Very interesting. Americas. Agents find 82 migrants crammed into cargo truck in Mexico. The Argentine government launches a plan to freeze the prices of 1,500 products for 120 days. Inflation rises again in Brazil after 3 months in negative territory. Military fuels suspicions about the ballot box after Brazil's elections. The Brazilian armed forces stress that peaceful demonstrations are not a crime after protests in the country have been going on for 2 weeks against the results of the elections that ended on 30 October. Guatemala fights gold fever. After German mathematician Joachim Ritzig announced he had deciphered a Mayan manuscript that says more than 8 tons of gold lie at the bottom of Lake Izabal in Guatemala, the country's authorities took urgent measures to curb the invasion of treasure hunters. Who will get to the treasure the fastest? Asia. India saves Russia and Russia saves India. India sees discounted purchases of Russian oil as a key driver of its economic growth. Russia believes that India is the main saver of the Russian oil industry. China confirms that Xi Jinping will attend the G20 summit, where he will beat Biden. China prepares for war. Xi Jinping ordered China to prepare for war and warned that his nation's security situation is increasingly unstable in quotes. The Chinese president declared that Beijing will comprehensively strengthen its military training and war preparedness, in quotes again. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.